Go ahead. Let's call the July 5th Health Committee meeting to order, 10:05. All members are present except for Bob. Are there any public comments to come before the committee? Hearing none, we'll move on to the agency reports. No agencies reporting. We'll hear from Dee and the Iroquois County Public Health Department.
So good morning. Hope you had a good 4th. The first thing I'll go over then with you is grants and contract split. And I think that's important to go over with you. So I think there's a few things I'd like to run through on this list. The Women, Infants, and Children program is no longer applicable. Obviously, you guys know that we missed the deadline to apply for those. Those have been picked up by Champaign-Urbana Public Health District, and services will remain in Iroquois County using the same staff that had previously provided this service. The Body Art Control Grant, we are still waiting on that. The Body Art Control Grant, the Child and Adult Care Food Program, Summer Food, the Tanning Program, and the Radon Program for grant allocation amount. Although the Radon Program will go through September 30th of 17. So we probably won't likely see that anyway until the fall. I wanted to point out a couple things for you on this grants and contracts list. Probably the first and most important thing, if some of you are in a hurry today, is if you look on the back of the front page, it says Illinois Department of Revenue. We've never had an Illinois Department of Revenue grant before. This is a brand new grant, and it's actually not a grant, it's a contract. So I shouldn't use the term grant. The Enforcement Division of the Illinois Liquor Control Commission is requesting, are offering the opportunity for health departments to do their liquor control inspections when we go out and do our regular food establishment inspections. It's a one-page inspection report that we would complete while we're there doing the other inspections, and then when we get back to the office, they would have to fax that to the Illinois Liquor Control Commission. What has happened in the past is that state employees have gone around and done this, but they're turning it over to the county to take care of, and so they're offering those contracts to the local health department. So I'll be asking the Board of Health tonight, to talk about that. But we have the potential of getting $75 per inspection for 79 establishments, and $6,000. So that will help as other grants, with revenue as other grants decrease. So far, if you look at most of our grants, they've remained unchanged. Now that there is a possibility of a state budget, we don't know if these allocation dollars amounts will change. We were told when we were given the opportunity to apply for these grants through the e-grant system, that the allocation amounts would remain the same as last year and plan for those until there was a budget. Now that there's a budget, somebody, I may come back to you next month and say, we've gotten budget revisions to make based on grant allocation amounts. But so far, anything that's filled in where it says application has been submitted, the application was submitted based on the recommended amount that they gave us, which was pretty much last year. There was a little bit of an increase in public health emergency preparedness. You guys are aware that with this current fiscal year that ended June 30th, we did apply for $6,000 of carryover funding that was unused funding by other local health departments. and we were awarded that $6,000. So because we were awarded that, obviously, when you look at my revenue and expense reports, you're going to see that we're spending that amount that we didn't plan on spending because we couldn't know that that was going to become available. But we were one of the recipients for carryover funding. So that's good. What we applied for, when the state notified us that there was carryover funding available, what we applied for were for bloodborne pathogen silicate purchases. So we'll be distributing those to entities that need those throughout the county. And the state did approve that, and we did make those purchases, and we're in the process of handing those out. Let's see. I think the other one was the vector control or West Nile virus grant. It went from $14,708 to $15,523. That's the amount difference is the Zika virus appropriation for ICRA. So we've got all those applications submitted. I was getting pretty worried. Typically, in any given year, you apply for your applications, you submit your RFPs, you receive the notice of funding opportunities, and then you submit your RFPs in March, you get the application in April, you typically write it, send it in May, they approve it in June, it starts July 1. Obviously, nobody that didn't happen. So, we'll see what happens with these other ones. Right now, we have no body art control inspections to do because right now there's no establishments for body art inspections that are open. There was one that was open. Obviously, they weren't licensed. We had to shut them down. But right now, there are none that are less licensed open. So that one won't make a difference for that one. But the tanning program, we have tanning inspections to make sure that people aren't, exposed to ultraviolet radiation. So any other questions on that? If you've got questions on the grants and contracts, just ask. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay, next is the summary report of program. There isn't really a lot to discuss here. The numbers are pretty much in line with what we expect this time of the year. Obviously, we started our West Nile virus surveillance. So in June we did 43 mosquito samples. We're starting to now collect the bird samples. Obviously, we could have those tanning inspections this month, and that will continue out, But pretty in line with our usual stuff. You can see that our childhood immunizations are continuing to increase. And I've explained that to you last few meetings that I've spoken out how that's going to continue to do so, which is a good thing. Yes. You can see animal bites are up this summer. More people are outside with the animals. So. TB skin tests, typically go out in the summer. I expect you to see our developmental screening numbers keep going up because we're doing those screenings and people come in with their children for immunizations, so that number will mirror the increase in the immunizations. Any questions? Do you guys like having someone come and talk about the programs that we have? Like I had Eric come last month because I couldn't attend. I was gone awesome.
No, that was good.
You like that? I'll continue to have people come in and, from the department, with some of these programs and give you a little information on, for 5 to 10 minutes, the meeting, so that'll help. So I have a Board of Health meeting tonight.
The only health comment I have is the IT meetings after this, and you expressed some concerns with, I think that's just put in compliance with security and stuff, so I don't know if that's something that needs to go on the agenda and make it to IT, make it to county board. I want to think about the meeting tonight, I want to approach it.
Okay. Yeah, John and I have discussed that, and I do intend on discussing that further, especially with John and the Health Committee and obviously the Board of Health. The progress that the county has made toward IT, I think, has been really good, and I think that we need to continue that process, especially we have so much protected information at the health department that needs to be secure and needs to be protected. I mean, one lawsuit would devastate it. So,
What I can tell you from an IT standpoint is, what's amazing is so we've been getting some opposition on the IT side. I think people now are aware that there's some salaries in those that have to draw it into, need things out of there. People didn't realize that. But the amazing thing is we've went this far. These projects are 7 years old now, some of them, and we have yet to have these allocated throughout the departments. People have just, like, you're coming forward, you've got cybersecurity issues, so rather than reach into the line, if you're in front of that problem, then maybe the expense can come from your automation. You don't really have that, but the other two departments do. So we've never had to tax those departments based on their usage. Everybody's just been pretty fair about contributing when the need arises and when they're the majority of the problem.
Yeah, and I've discussed this a little bit with John. I have not discussed this yet with the Board of Health. Ultimately, the decision will be up to the Board of Health. But I will be asking for the Board of Health this year to contribute more than what I contributed last year toward IT, because I think that's in the best interest of the health department.
But you might want to stay tuned and also talk to Lisa, because I think there's also concerns on the voting side. They're wide open too.
Yeah, and John and I have discussed this. It's something that we've just started discussing. So, but I
probably can't get it on your agenda, but you could use it for new business tonight.
Yeah, sure. Well, and next month when I meet with the Board of Health, I'll be presenting them with the budget. So obviously I'll be going over that with them for their approval. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you too. Is there any old business that's come before the committee?
I've got a question.
Yeah. Sorry.
And this is under business, old business.
Okay.
I live in Lake Iroquois. We have a home in Lake Iroquois that's been abandoned for at least 3, maybe 4 years. And it's set empty throughout the winter. There's pipes been broken through freezing. There's some windows been knocked out of it. Now the person that owns this house is second in command at Gibson Hospital. And her baby's father want to remodel it and add on to it. The house should be condemned, in my opinion. Who has the power to inspect it? Where can I go to get it inspected? And who has the power to condemn it?
Well, I would start off, because there are a couple different avenues, but I would start off by coming over to the health department and talking to Terry Eyman And if there's a public health issue with the property, then he will do an inspection and then report that to State's Attorney Jim Devine. And then State's Attorney Jim Devine, if there's a public health issue. If there's no public health issue found, then you would have to talk to the homeowners association or
Who should I get contact in your office again?
Terry Iman to see if there. I mean, he can evaluate and see if there's a public health issue.
Right. And you understand that it has to affect somebody else, or because you can't. That's one thing I learned when I came into this role in the county. That you can't tell someone. Can't tell unless they're breaking an ordinance.
Right.
Within your homeowners association or causing harm to other people.
Right.
Maybe that person doesn't like the way you live or act, so you can't.
He's exactly correct.
Well, the house has to be full of mold.
Right, but it's not affecting the guy.
It has to be deemed a public health issue in order for the public health department to issue that information along. What they would do is, Terry would send them a letter, give them so many days to respond to that letter. Okay. So any typical complaint that would be, say, a public health issue, and let's just use something else. Like, let's say somebody's sewer completely broke down and there was human waste, on the ground, and it was, raining and flowing down the street. Okay. So if there's a public health issue, then Terry will go do an inspection. He'll make a report that cites all of the state regulations and codes, and especially the county ordinances, that are being violated. He'll give them a period of time to get that corrected. If they don't correct that in the period of time that he's given them, and depending on what the violation is, you get different periods of time to correct it, whatever it says in the ordinance for that correction. So then, if they don't correct it in that amount of time, then Terry turns it over to the State's Attorney's office, and then they pursue that. Usually, when people get a letter from the State's Attorney's office, they usually do correct the problem. Sometimes there'll be extenuating circumstances, and they'll ask for an extension before we turn it over, and we can accommodate them if it's reasonable, and as long as we don't feel that public health is in danger. You're not endangering a bunch of other citizens from becoming ill or injured. And then there are times when they'll want to fight it, and if they want to fight it, they can file for a hearing with me as the Public Health Department Administrator, and then I'll conduct an official hearing, where we have to give them so many days notice before we schedule the hearing. We usually give them at least a couple weeks notice, schedule a hearing. Terry will come in and present his side. The homeowner or the person who the letter's been sent to will have an opportunity to tell their side, and then as Public Health Administrator, I make a determination. If they disagree with my determination, and I have to give them an official letter of finding. If they disagree with that, they can ask for a hearing with the Board of Health. And then the same process would happen with the Board of Health. You'd have to give them so many days notice. They can bring, other witnesses. They could bring, neighbors, their attorney, whoever they wanted to the hearing. And the Board of Health has the final say.
Now, what did I just call your office and ask for Terry?
Yeah, or just come on over anytime.
I mean, if I need to call from home.
Yeah.
Now, does the county supersede Lake Turquoise Covenant?
No. Homeowner Association agreements.
Yeah, Shoney. You need to start with Shoney.
Pardon?
Shoney. That's where you need to start. But You can see if there's a public health issue, but Shoney's where you need to go.
Well, the people that own it build a new home in Gibson City. Now they want to do something with this place. They haven't touched it for 3 or 4 years. And it's a real problem with the neighbors. Like I said, water pipes are broken.
Yeah.
Ruined the total inside of that house. It's just a mess. So, well, we've got to start somewhere.
Start with Shoney.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any further old business from the committee? New business? If none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. It's been moved. Scott, is there a second? Kevin? All in favor to adjourn, say aye. Aye.